Hey everybody, Cougar here, back for more adventures in the amazing underwater survival game Subnautica. The sun is starting to rise, and we've got a lot to do today, so let me just dive in and I'll tell you what we're doing as we head over to our base. So yesterday we started expanding the base out a little bit. One of the things that I wanted to put in there now that we have a little bit more room that we didn't get around to yesterday is a modification station. So I have done a little prep and got us all ready to build the modification station. We should be ready to build it now. We will go to interior modules. We need a computer chip, titanium, a diamond, and lead. We have everything we need to build our modification station here. The modification station is very important because it allows you to seriously upgrade a lot of your equipment. One of the things that we can build now is a survival knife upgrade. The Thermoblade cooks and sterilizes small organisms for immediate consumption, meaning you can cook and eat small prey fish on the go, wherever you are. Let's build one of those right now. Another thing we wanted to do is build a lightweight, high-capacity tank. In order to do that, we need a Plasteel ingot. Another thing we wanted to do was build our Ultraglide fins. We have everything we need for that. To build a Plasteel ingot, we need a titanium ingot and lithium. I went ahead and pre-prepped those, so we have them. Now I just need to build the Plasteel ingot. Head back over to the mod station. I need to remove my oxygen tank and my swim fins, so they're available for upgrading. Now, I can craft the lightweight high-capacity air tank, which gives us more maneuverability, and the Ultraglide fins, which give us greater swim speed. And those should have automatically equipped onto our body. Yep, so we're good to go. Alright, the only other thing, you know what I should do before we leave here, is the Thermoblade is very useful, but you're not going to want to use it on every single thing that you encounter for various reasons that will become apparent as we proceed through the game. So what I want to do is, as long as I have some silicone rubber just lying around here, I already had some on me. Let me build a regular knife, a regular survival knife. And actually swap out my for the purposes of demonstration, we will use our Thermoblade right now on this poor little peeper. Come here, peeper. Peeper, come here. Your lunch. And pick it up. And it is a cooked peeper. So, that's an excellent way to be getting yourself some food on the go. Beyond that, we are swimming faster. We are swimming more maneuverably because we have everything we need. And one of the other thing, the other thing that we wanted to do today, when we were out at the floating island, we picked up a PDA that gave us a beacon for Proposed Degasi habitat at 250 meters depth. Let's activate that signal and go investigate. We are moving southeast away from our life pod. And we should find an entrance to the glowing mushroom caves right over here somewhere. Here we are. Alright, now we've been down here a little bit, but we haven't spent a great deal of time down here. There are crab snakes down here. They're very dangerous. They will attack you and attack your sea moth. We'll try to give them as wide of a berth as we can down here. But here is the Proposed Degasi habitat. You see that things did not work out that well for them down here. Let's check it out. Before we go inside, let's take a look outside because there's a lot of great stuff out here. There's a moon pool fragment. We've now unlocked the moon pool.
New blueprint acquired.
Here's a power cell charger fragment. Very valuable. We need another one of those to unlock the blueprint. Modification station we already have. Let's scan it to get it out of the way. There's another piece over here. Some stuff that if you hadn't scanned the spotlight or the bulkhead out on the floating island, you could scan them here. There's more stuff for us to scan now. The wall planter was also out on the floating island, but I did not scan it out there. Now I've scanned it and unlocked it.
New blueprint acquired.
It's basically a decoration piece for your base. I don't need this, but let's scan it to get it out of the way and pick up the titanium from it. Stasis rifle fragment, another thing that we already have. Pick it up and get the titanium from it. Another mod station fragment. And our scanner is out of power. We hit R, scroll wheel, left click to replace the battery. Let's make sure we didn't miss anything over here. Some stuff for us to, that's plants to scan. Alright, I think we've gotten everything on the exterior. Let me just replenish my oxygen. Well, there's a PDA in here. Let's pick this up, and then I'll replenish my oxygen.
Integrating new PDA data. 30 seconds.
There is always a pecking order. And in our world, money makes a hierarchy. I pay Maida a fraction of what I pay you, and you a fraction of what I pay me.
If money makes the hierarchy, why is Marguerite making the decision?
We need her. We let her think what she likes, so long as she does what she's told.
What if she doesn't?
For enough money, she will. People always do.
Okay. Well, another PDA over there. There's another one on the desk over here. But before we pick any of those up and listen to their voice logs, let me just show you that there's a very important machine here, the water filtration machine. This will allow you to process salt water into fresh water and salt. It is a power hog, though. You should
New blueprint acquired.
just be aware of that before you build it on your base. You are going to need a substantial power supply to make that work. Oh, I ran into a drooping stinger. It doesn't give you that much damage, and the damage that you take will go away after a while. If you look at my... Here, watch my health bar for a second, okay? I'm going to run into another drooping stinger. And it definitely takes your health down, but the health comes back. So it's only a temporary health drop. Here's a data box. This is the ultra high capacity tank, which we already have. Or maybe not.
New blueprint acquired.
No, we had the lightweight high capacity tank. That's the ultra high capacity tank. Here's another PDA.
Integrating new PDA data.
I'm going to play this and then head back to the Seamoth for oxygen.
We're already 200 meters below sea level. You want to go deeper?
Look around us, Chief. Water leaking through the hull, water outside the hatch. We're drowning real slow. If rescue arrives, whatever shot us down, it's gonna do it again and again until it's shut off. Do you see an off switch around here, Chief?
Why would it any more likely be half a kilometer down?
Your kid found something on the scanner. There's something down there. Something that shouldn't be.
You're mad.
I'm going all the same, and I have an idea you two are gonna follow. But if you do, be mindful. Your authority stopped at sea level.
Okay. So they're worried about getting off the planet and getting shot down by that big gun again. So they're trying to figure out a way to disable the gun. That's something that we're probably going to want to look into as well.
Integrating new PDA data.
Something incredible just happened. Since we're down here, I had this plan to build equipment and study the life forms we were encountering, but I didn't have enough enameled glass. So, I started looking for a natural substrate that would strengthen the glass we have, and those stalker teeth we've been finding fit the bill. Only, well, we needed more. That's when Marguerite got interested. She actually listened to me, more than I can say for Father. And I worked up the courage to talk about my more tentative theories. When I told her they were attracted to metal deposits, that their teeth get dislodged when they pick them up, her eyes narrowed and she dashed out of the room. 3 hours later, she came back, her pack loaded down with stalker teeth. I asked her about it. She shrugged and said my theories were good. Said she had the meeting out of the palm of her hand. I think she meant it literally. She is incredible. She went out to the kelp forest armed with just a heat blade and went fin to fin with a pack of stalkers. On the one hand, that is the coolest thing I have ever heard. On the other, well, I hope the stalkers didn't come off worse than Marguerite did. She had a huge gash on her forearm. I don't think things went as smoothly as she made out. What's the point in surviving here if we have to kill everything that makes it so wonderful? I wish I knew more about these animals, but Father won't let me leave the habitat. Maybe with all this glass, we could build a containment unit and get up close to them.
Aha, a containment unit. Interesting. That is actually why I'm trying to cut some pieces of these. Just in case we end up with our own alien containment unit. And are able to plant some of them inside for beauteous reasons. Alright, these PDA entries are fairly long. I'm sorry that I'm not explaining very much as we go along, but they are good entries and we want to listen to them, so I'm just going to shut up and let these play.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
You know what Maida told me today? She wants to build a habitat 500 meters below sea level, more than 1 kilometer northeast of here. And she needs Bart and I to do it. She's got it into her head that she can save us if she just acts recklessly enough. But I've hauled Star Wars to Neptune, Plasteel to the Federation. This family operates 9 different mining colonies across the Ariadne Arm. Maida thinks she's better suited to lead. Her contract still says otherwise. But I just cannot damn well tell whether it's the stupidest idea I ever heard, or my only hope. I turned 80 years old last week. I thought I had another 80 in me, but marooned on this planet, there's no swapping out of my liver when the old one fails. Here, I'm mortal. And Maida is useful. So, it's my responsibility to make a decision. Return to the island and hope whatever knocked the Degasi out of the sky won't do the same to the rescue ship. Or take us deeper in search of answers. And all the while be hoping old age gets me before the sea monsters do. I'll give Maida just one thing. She was right about these caves. There's enough lithium there to fabricate 100 tons of plasteel. Enough for a damn fleet of Cyclops submarines. There was nothing anyone could have done to avoid crashing here. But I was right to order the detour. If we get off this planet, they'll be talking about the Torgal share price on the other side of the Federation.
Okay.
Integrating new PDA data.
Now we've got our last PDA here.
Integrating new PDA data.
I thought it might get claustrophobic living underwater. Father feels it is. He'd tell me it was childish, but I stare out the window and sometimes I think how lucky I am to see this world up close. Back on the island, I wouldn't have believed the creatures that live down here. The fish, they glow. There's one that's 90% eyeball. Snakes twice the length of a habitat compartment. Certainly, it's not all friendly. Most of the plant life is toxic. Learned that the hard way. But I've managed to coax some marble melons into growing indoors. And when they don't cover our dietary needs, well, we eat the fish themselves. It's a bit gross, but it's nothing they wouldn't do. I've been attempting to document my findings. Father approves. He says understanding is power, that the more we know about this planet, the more we can use it to our advantage. I'm just doing it because it's fun. It's not easy without proper equipment and network access, but the old-fashioned way, observing, taking notes, testing theories, Shows me the world in a way a spectroscopic analysis never could. Lately I've been watching the crab snakes. They ambush their prey as it tries to feed on the mushrooms they hide in. What they don't eat settles on the seabed, which fertilizes the mushrooms, which feeds the herbivores, and so the chain continues. Co-evolution gives me the fuzzies.
Okay.
Oxygen.
Remember when I said that was the last PDA? I lied to you. There's one more.
Integrating new PDA data.
These conniving corporate bourgeois, inbred, incompetent, self-absorbed jerks don't have a damn clue. The kid's not so bad. He's even useful. But I swear, everything that comes out of his father's idiot face is a narcissistic lie. He wants to stay in this cave, his problem. I'm the one doing the heavy lifting. When sea monsters are hunting you, you don't hide. You hunt the sea monsters. Then you build a bigger boat out of sea monster bones and you hunt bigger monsters. Keep going until there aren't any monsters left to hunt you. I'm going deeper. I'm gonna find what shot us down and I'm gonna tear its damn heart out. I started the prep work. The kids taught me how to make enameled glass. I've started stockpiling metal ores to build myself a sea moth. I'll raid the indoor grow beds before I leave.
Well, she's pretty hardcore, huh? That Maida? Well, I thought we could pick something up there, so I dropped a couple of pieces of titanium, but we can't. Alright, so much stuff was going on there while we were trying to listen to the PDA entries, and I wasn't able to kind of narrate what I was doing, but we found lots of great stuff at this proposed Degasi habitat here. We also skated around and found a bunch of shale outcrops. We also found magnetite just lying around loose on the ground down here. All that stuff providing us with lots of useful things. Now, a bunch of the stuff that we could have potentially scanned here, we had already scanned out on the floating island, so we didn't need to scan it. But I think we got everything that we were going to get out of that habitat. All those PDA entries providing us with new information about stalker teeth and how to obtain them, and what else did we learn from them? And about the gun shooting stuff down and them trying to find a way to disable it, and the water filtration plant, which is a great thing to have. We also found fragments of the moon pool down there. We can build a moon pool now, which is probably going to be our next priority. But listening to all those PDA entries down there took up a lot of time, and I feel like that may do it for this episode. We filled up our inventory with all sorts of good stuff. We got some nice seeds that we can plant in our alien containment tank once we have one of those, which we don't yet. I picked up a glowing mushroom that we can plant here in our planter, just because, not because they're useful, but because they look really pretty and cool sitting outside the base like that. And what else did we do? We built the modification station. We upgraded our swim fins. We upgraded our air tank. We found a data box that gave us the blueprint for the ultra high capacity air tank. It'll be up to us to decide, do we want the ultra high capacity tank or the lightweight tank? We already have the lightweight tank. The ultra high capacity tank is going to give us more oxygen, but the lightweight tank allows us to move around a bit faster. So that'll be a decision for you to make, which one you prefer. But beyond that, I think that we accomplished a lot in a very short period of time. So I think that we're going to call this an episode. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. I'll be doing more Subnautica tutorial type guide videos as we go along. For now, stay safe, stay dry.